This is the youngest soldier in World War II, and at the age of 6, he's already accomplished a great deal. The little figure dragged the ammunition supplies through the fire. Finally he delivered the ammunition to the soldiers on the front line. Seeing that the child's ears were ringing from the shells, the soldier told him to go back to the camp. When Sergei refused, the veterans had to give him a death order. Sergei saluted and returned to the camp. At that moment, an artillery shell cut the communication line and the command lost contact with the front line. Hearing the news at the gate, Sergei went into action, checking the lines for faults. Following the line, he crawled out of the trench and crept across the battlefield, where no cover was available, and where enemy shells fell around him. When he finally found the fault, he rolled over onto his side and into a crater, then asked the dying correspondent how to connect the line. According to the correspondent's description, Sergei found the telephone line that had been blown off and crossed the two wires over each other, restoring communication to the command, and instantly turning the tide for the soldiers. Once again, Sergei had done a great job. After the war subsided, the little man began to work again. He knew that his father liked Aunt Katya, but he didn't dare to tell her, so he had a plan to bring Katya to his father by lying that he was sick. The commander was confused by this sudden concern. The little one was watching from the window, and when his father found him, he ran away. But the battlefield warrior couldn't say a word to the girl. When he turned around, he realized that Kaya had already left. He didn't want to miss the chance and chased the girl all the way to the river, but he couldn't get the words out. At that moment a soldier appeared and interrupted them, saying that a secret message had been sent from the higher-ups that the troops needed to be evacuated to the rear camp. After receiving the message, the commander organized the evacuation of the troops without stopping. Soon they arrived at the rear of the battlefield and Sergei, as usual, came to the commander to get the mission. The commander asked him to check the soldiers' uniforms and equipment. Sergei, who had been given the mission, rushed to the company commander and asked him to check the soldiers' uniforms and equipment. The soldiers were happy to see him and gave him chocolates, but the little guy didn't think he was a child. He took the orders seriously. At the command of the company commander, the soldiers were quickly assembled. Then he took the list of names and reported to the commander. Looking at the list of men, the commander couldn't believe that this was the work of a 6-year-old. To reward the boy for a job well done, he asked what he wanted, but Sergei said he wanted to ask the chief to allow Aunt Katya to marry my father. Without even thinking, the chief said yes. The smile on his father's face couldn't be hidden. Sergei was awarded the Medal of Honor by the regimental commander for his achievements on the battlefield. Little Sergei became a qualified soldier. This is a movie based on a true story of Sergei Oleshkov, one of the youngest soldiers of the Second World War. He was supposed to be a carefree young man, but he was in the middle of a war, fighting for his country. I like the line, "No one belongs on the battlefield, only peace in the world."